We are live. Welcome. Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to my IELTS lesson, Group B1. Our local time is 5:31 a.m. Saturday morning, and as you can see, I'm with my live stream. Good morning, Stella.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Stella. Welcome. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Great. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm quite good. Thank you very much. So, when is your exam again?
In April 16th.
April 16th. Okay. Still more than a month. That's great. And we were discussing last week, was it speaking task 3?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, bear me a moment. I'm checking something quickly. Mhm. Okay. Did we discuss conditional, right? That's done.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So uh, I'm sure you're comfortable with the speaking task too, right, Stella?
Uh, frankly speaking, not exactly. I'm not that proficient in part two, but yeah, obviously I practiced that many times.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think it would be better if you start from start 2 and 3 together. Okay, you complete.
Both of them,
Go on.
both of them would be nice.
Yeah. Hello, Ram. Welcome. You can join. I've just invited you. Thanks for the subscription. After 26th March, in our country, the clock will go 1 hour forward. So I have to adjust the timing of this class. Okay.
Okay.
Now it is 5:30 my time. It should be 6 or 6:30. Let me see. Hello, Ram. Welcome.
Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself. Like, where are you from? What do you do? And what's the reason for subscription?
I am Ram Neopane. I am from Nepal. Currently, I am a student and I am planning to go abroad for my study purpose. So to go abroad, I need to give IELTS exam. So I just found this group which is based on IELTS group. So I subscribe it, sir.
Thank you very much. May I know what you study?
Because I have completed my diploma level and currently I am planning to go abroad.
Your last sentence was not clear. Remember, Ram, when you're speaking, you need to
Yes, sir.
speak clearly so that everyone can understand.
Okay, sir.
What was your last education?
Diploma level.
Diploma?
Yes, sir.
Diploma in what?
Diploma in science.
All right, diploma in science, and you're planning to go
Yeah.
abroad.
Yes.
Okay, thanks for the information. Meet Stella.
Yes, sir. From where, sir?
Stella is on the hop on section with you.
Yeah.
Stella, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Stella, meet Ram from Nepal.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Me too.
Okay, so did you subscribe for a trial lesson or whole month?
For trial, sir.
I see. Okay, welcome.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Stella and Ram, this class
Yes, sir.
has got now 10 people, but only 2 are here. I don't know where are
Yeah.
the other 8 at the moment. Yes, 10 of 10. So, Won,
Yes.
Sanjay, Lee, Ye, Fatir, Sakshi, Sangram, Ravindra, and Ram. Okay, so have you ever seen the questionnaire of IELTS exam, Ram?
Yes, sir. I have given it once.
And what was your score?
My overall band was 6, sir. But I was in weak in speaking. I only got 5.
Okay. Hi, Sunil, welcome. Okay, so was it academic or general?
Academic. Not, yeah, academic, sir.
Mm-hmm. How long ago you sit for the exam?
I have said when doing my diploma level, sir. I think 1 year ago.
Okay. We don't say give exam. All right, Ram. That is
Why?
an incorrect expressions in grammar and being an IELTS candidate.
Yes, sir.
We can say in different ways. I'm writing it.
Oh,
Sit for,
yes.
sit in, take,
Sit in, take,
write,
walk, road.
write,
इधर है क्रॉस चाहिए जाता है ना.
appear at. If you are busy, mute your microphone, Ram.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. We don't say we give exam. These are the expression we use. Sit for, sit in, take, write, appear at, appear in, and also sometimes some people use it attend exams. Okay. All right. So Stella, we are going to start speaking task 2.
Okay.
Uh, do you know any other alternatives way to say about the exam? Sit for, sit in, take, write, appear at, appear in, attend. Okay. Can you see the screen, Stella?
Yes.
So welcome once again. It's Saturday morning and we are having mock test with Stella. It's IELTS speaking task 2. And once again, in IELTS speaking task, there are 4 sections to be assessed. Number 1, fluency and coherence. You'll get 25%. Number 2, lexical source. Number 3, using grammar and wider ranges of grammar. And last, uh, the feature is pronunciation. Okay, so Stella, you'll get 1 minute to think about the topic, and after that, you need to speak at least 2 minutes. And I'm going to check with my timer. And Ram, if you're free, if you're not noisy, please unmute it. Or if you've got any questions, please ask me. Okay. Stella, are you ready? Let me know. Let me know when you are ready.
Okay.
And as we go through, we'll explain some of the basic pronunciation techniques and sounds so that it will be better for you to get good score. Bear in mind that the more accurate a word should be pronounced, you'll get more marks than other people, other candidates. So pronunciation is one of the vital features to get good marks in IELTS exam, not the accent. So don't be confused with the word accent, because there are hundreds of accents, but we've got only 2 pronunciation. One is the British IPA, another one is the American IPA. The topic is describe a holiday that you took outside of your country. When you went for the holiday, with whom, where, how was the journey? That should be T. How was the journey, or how was your journey? Why you went there? Any other experience related information. Stella, last week, week before, I met another my student. who got 6.5 in the IELTS exam. And he said in a speaking task, a very common topic was given for him. It is describe a person you like most. Okay, that's a very easy topic though. Maybe we can discuss this as well after finishing this topic.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when you're ready so that I can start my timer. Remember that IELTS exam is a time controlled exam. It's better to have a timer when you go for the final exam or sit for the mock test.
Um, okay, I'm ready.
All right, start now, please.
I remember about 2 years ago, before the pandemic situation, I visited some European countries such as France, Italy, and Switzerland with my mom for the first time. And as it was my very first time to abroad, I was almost on pins and needles just before the trip, uh, concerning that if my first travel abroad would be cancelled, because at the moment my mom was considering other countries too, such as Turkey, instead of some European countries. But finally, we could visit those countries that I mentioned. As we didn't speak other languages except for English, we made the most of the guided tour. Uh, by using the service, we didn't have to worry about other accommodation problem or airline problems. The only thing we had to do was just enjoy the trip. Mm, Even though the whole trip was not that enough to enjoy the three countries, because it was only for 10 days. However, I truly enjoyed enjoying those countries. All the things I saw, including Eiffel Tower or Switzerland mountain, were so exotic that was really impressive for me. Mm, And okay, I think I'm done.
Stella, you have spoken only 1 minute and 33 seconds. You need,
Really too
you need
short.
to need to speak a little bit more, as you might be aware. Minimum 2 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Ram, are you still there? Hello, Ram.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Did you listen to her?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Did you listen to Stella's conversation?
Yes, sir, I appear. She have described the place she have visited last year.
Okay. Uh, so, as you already said for the exam, you know that in the speaking task 2, we get a cue card
Yes,
and
sir.
we have to speak at least 2 minutes.
Yeah, we are given 1 minute to think about it and write something on the paper.
Right. Do you remember what
But
was
I
it?
have, sir, but I can speak up to 2 minutes continuously.
You have to practice.
My problem is there. I can understand question, but my answer used to be very short.
Short. It is sha sound. It's not
Yes,
sa. Short. Short.
yeah. Smaller answer. My answer used to be very quick.
So, in this case, you are going to describe the whole topic. So, no worries about the question of the in part 2. So,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
coming back, Stella. Stella, another thing I would suggest when you are describing or speaking a little bit faster, if you can slow down, it will increase the time. Okay, it's a really a tricky point, as you might be aware. And your grammar is okay. You used all of them as past tense, and I just pointed out uh, 3 things, which is really impressive, Stella. The first one is because we knew English language, we got a guided tool who could speak, okay, and show. That's really good part. And you have used compound sentences in a few cases, and one of them was however. You have used this, expressions. That's pretty cool. and also you were confused whether you would go to European countries or Turkey. That's also a good point because you compared few other destinations, holiday destinations. Okay, now how can you increase the timing? Which means that you need to tell a little bit more. Okay, Stella and Ram, remember that instead of going to the points of the main topic straight away, you can start
Yes,
always
sir.
an introductory sentence which is related to a topic.
Yes, sir. Sir,
So,
I have one question.
go on.
So, sir, I have few problem on my speaking for pronunciation because I have got injured in when I was 1 year old, and it have affect my head side. So I can say anything, but there is some pronunciation not clear.
Oh, very sorry to hear that.
Yes, sir. When I was a child, I fell up from my bed, and it have hamper on my head, and since that I can speak but not pronunciation clear.
Okay, did you ever try to take, you know, uh, what is it called? Uh,
Therapy?
yeah, voice therapist.
No, sir.
I think it would be better for you if you do that. It will help you a
Okay,
lot.
sir. But when I speak slowly, then the pronunciation used to be clear. When I speak fast, the pronunciation mismatch.
You don't have to speak faster. Remember that.
Yeah, suppose I will say you something. I will say this answer 1 2 minute. You can judge me, okay, sir?
Okay, sure. Give me one quick moment. Let me give the little bit feedback to Stella. Uh,
Okay, sir.
and then I'm going to ask you. So, Stella, your coherence and fluency is okay. Grammar is okay too. Um, Lexical resource, the vocabs are more or less amazing. But the time, duration, and some of the words pronunciation should be corrected later. Okay. So, how you're going to increase the time, as I was saying, you have to speak a little bit more. Like you could add about your journey, how you started from your country to uh, arrive there. You can describe a little bit, you know, yeah, travel experience. Or after arriving there, you can explain a little bit the food of the place, or maybe the culture, or maybe any historical place or the history of the country. Okay, Stella.
Okay.
I think if you add a little bit more and slow down a little bit, you can speak more than 3 to 4 minutes. All right, so that would be some good indications for your better speaking next time. All right, Ram. Uh,
Yes, sir.
so would you like to try this one?
Yes, sir. I try. I am not best, but I to give my best.
Okay, that's good. Start now.
Last year, when I completed my diploma level education, my friend and my cousin both have made a plan to visit to the holiday in the India. We have especially gone many parts of India, and I like the most the Nainital because the temperature was very cold. After it was the summer season, we been there. We have to went there were many warm clothes. The journey was very good, especially we took bus from my country Nepal, and it took almost 8 hours to reach to the border of the India, Mahendranagar. And after that, we took the local bus, and almost after a 3 hours, we reached to the Nainital. When I first time visit there, I have when the summer cold in my country, I feel very cold. Suddenly, we have booked there one hotel and we have changed our clothes. Talking and we have experienced the food of that of Nainital was same as my country, and I like I was visiting my own country. After that, we visited the many places of Nainital and all over the such New Delhi, Taj Mahal, and many other places, sir. Yes, sir.
Finished?
Yes, sir. I
Oh,
can't talk continuously, sir.
okay, so when you start speaking continuously, do you feel under pressure?
No, sir. Not any place, sir.
All right, great. You spoke only 1 minute and 25 seconds.
Yeah, but I do my best to increase. How
Okay,
was my pronunciation, sir?
pronunciation should be developed. Okay,
Yeah. It was clear or not?
some of them are not clear at all.
Yeah.
I've written few, features while you were speaking. What's the name of the place
Yes,
you
sir.
visited in India?
Nainital.
Okay, when you were explaining it, I heard only Noinita. Okay,
Yes, sir.
remember that you don't need to be speak faster.
Yes, sir. I have told that I have visited many places of the India, but especially I like the Nainital, where the temperature was same as my country.
Okay, now look at this sentence. You have said, I've visited many
Yes.
places in India where the temperature was 26 degree. You have mixed
Oh,
mixed present and past tense together.
pass.
It
Yes, sir.
it should be past tense, all of them, because you're
Yes, sir.
describing an event
Oh, past tense history
that
event.
that happened in the past.
There was took, sir, with this B2 farm uptake.
All right, so you, you're starting us very good, but you have
Yes, sir.
started speaking quite faster. You need to slow down as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Remember that
Yeah. I will do my best, sir.
if you slow down, it will also increase your timing.
Improve.
It'll increase.
Yes, sir. And pronunciation will be also clear.
Yeah, I'll help you some tips, so that you practice at home. Remember that
Yes, sir.
only half an hour with me is not enough.
Yes, sir.
All
No,
right.
sir. I used to make daily 10 to 20 minutes or sometime about half an hour conversation with friends in this Hallo app all over the world, people.
Why did you stop then?
I haven't stopped that. I used to just now also before taking the class. I have started one person of India. We have talked about 10 minutes, and due to the network connection, that person is unavailable now.
Is it through Instamatch?
Yeah, instant. Just now they were used to come here, search, pen, and talk in that finger Hero app in the middle of this app.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me give you some feedback. You have used,
Yes, sir.
uh, we have gone. So
Yeah.
remember that it should be past tense, past simple past and past indefinite. We went rather than we
Yes.
have gone. Okay. Uh,
Okay, sir.
you have used 3 hour. Remember that three is a plural number, and that's why we
Oh,
have to write it 3 hours rather than hour.
yes, sir.
Okay. Another one you have used again. We have booked. You used it very often, present perfect rather than past
Yes,
tense.
sir. Oh,
Always
we
be
we
careful.
have book. Yeah, we have book because that's already taken place. We had booked the hotel on 9 We have to say like this, sir.
We booked.
Oh, simple past.
Better to use simple past.
Oh,
Okay, and also
okay, sir.
when I'm talking, let me finish my conversation, then you can talk. All right.
Okay, sir.
Very good, because we don't want to interfere anyone's conversation. So once again, your grammar was mixed up, past and present. Some of the words I couldn't understand at all. You need to slow down a little bit so that your time will increase. It's for your better understanding of speaking task and better communication in real life exam and also in any other discussion. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for your feedback.
No worries. Stella, would you like to try one more time? I want both of you to try one more time this one to talk at least 2 minutes.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Okay, let me give you another clue for both of you. Instead of saying straight away about the holiday, bring an interesting sentence like taking holiday is very interesting or fun. Or you can say, uh, sometimes we need to relax or chill or cool down. That's why we take a holiday. And today's holiday is, then you start like this. Okay, both of you bring an
Okay.
interesting sentence at the beginning to get more marks.
Okay, sir.
Remember that IELTS exam is not only knowing the English, it is also knowing the rubrics, the hidden tips, strategies, and the techniques which will bring more marks. Okay, Stella and Ram,
Yes, sir.
great. So both of you take 1 minute more to read that this topic one more time. Then we'll change the topic after this. If you've got any questions in the meantime, you can always ask me. By the Ram, are you from Kathmandu?
Kathmandu is capital city, sir. I am from Butol, Rupandehi.
What's the name of your area?
Area is Butol.
Butol.
Yeah.
Okay. Another technique
From
is,
here is
hang on. Another technique is when it is a non-English word, give a
yes,
pause
sir.
before you say, like, I am from Butol, which is next to the capital city of.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. When you are explaining a non-English word, sometimes you need to speak or describe.
Yeah.
Give 1 second pause,
Yes,
like,
sir.
I'm from Butol. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Um,
sir.
Technique number two in speaking task, we don't sometimes use yes, yes, no, no. Okay, just simply yes or no. Some of our learners use this. Yo, yes, yes, I've gone there. Don't say like this in the exam. Yes, I've gone there, or I visited there. Or don't say like this. No, 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 I didn't visit there, or I haven't gone there yet, or I have never been to this place before. All right. So let me know, Stella, when you're ready. Once again.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, I think I lost him. Okay, start speaking, please.
About 2 years ago, before the pandemic situation, I remember I visited some European countries for the first time with my mom. At that time, it was just after my university entrance exam, and out of the blue, my mom suggested me to go there. Uh, as there was no reason for me to reject her suggestion, I was gladly saying that I wanted to go there. As we, as both of us didn't speak other languages except for English, we made the most of the guided tour. And since we used the service, we didn't have to worry about other problems such as accommodation or airline problems. Out of many European countries, we mainly visited some countries such as France, Italy, and Switzerland. Uh, Even though it was a very short trip, uh, approximately about 10 days, I truly enjoyed my first trip to Europe because when I was visiting there, all the traditional cuisines such as pasta and pizza and some traditional French food was was really tasty for me, even though that was my very first time to try that. Uh, mm,
Go on, you're doing great.
overall, my
Go on, go on.
overall uh, the guided tour was satisfying, uh, uh, though it cost an arm and a leg. However, one thing that I want to revise is that the itinerary was way too hectic. Um, if I have any uh, if I can get another opportunity to visit those European countries with my mom again, I would like to go there, uh, just two of us, not using any guided tour. Okay, how was the duration time this time?
This time the duration is fantastic, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That's why I'm saying
Uh-huh,
you're doing great, and you've done better than before. You're really, I should say, way too far. You have done better than before. You have used some of the expressions I've written out of blue, guide, then arm and leg. These are good expressions in speaking. And also, guided tour was fine. And you, this time, you describe about the food. Now you didn't describe about the place you visited. Last time you described about the places you visited, but you didn't describe about the food. So if you bring the two combination together, Stella, it will be amazing. And your timing will be more.
uh-huh,
Visit,
okay,
I mean, you visited quite a few places. Just bring two or three of them, like Disneyland, or maybe hop of bus, or maybe you said you went France and which country? Was it Netherlands?
I- Italy and Switzerland.
Italy and Switzerland. Describe the weather of these
Yeah.
three countries. How is the weather or natural scenario, or maybe
Uh-huh,
the natural beauty, or you can compare the food. Like you can say the food of Italy is better than France or maybe Switzerland, and also you can give a little bit about the uh, cost of three countries. Like Switzerland is a very costly country for the tourists, or Italy is cheaper, or France is moderate. So that when you give a comparison, then it becomes little bit. I should say not a little bit better in your speaking task, explaining all this in a different experience.
uh-huh,
Okay, your starting is good this time, amazing. Your grammar is fine, uh, hardly any mistakes. That's pretty cool. And pronunciation so far so good. My only suggestion would be describe a little bit more so that your time goes at least 3 minutes. I remember that, Stella, the more you speak, it will be better for you to get a good score.
uh-huh,
Okay, well done,
okay.
bravo this time. Okay, so
Thank you.
Ram said he will be busy at home. No worries. Let me know if you would like to come back. I'm here. Okay, so and IELTS speaking task 3. Um, I got a student last week, new student, as I was saying, from India, who got 6 in IELTS exam, but she said that she needed, mm, was it 7? She said, not 7.5. I just kind of forgot it. Okay. All right. So, welcome to the speaking task 3 section, or section speaking task 3. So you might be aware, Stella, and speaking task 3 is like one-to-one question and answer, and I'm sure you know already because you set for the exam. Always try to focus. Your first strategy would be there is a question pattern from the examiner. try to use the similar question pattern and also your own question pattern or your grammar pattern. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's choose this topic. Where is it? So let me write here. Task 3. Okay. Can clothing tell much about a person? Why do some companies ask their staff to wear uniform? Okay. Then advantages and disadvantages. Uh, do you wear traditional clothing? How have fashion clothes changed? Decade in your country? Stella, can you see the question? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the 6 basic questions. Remember that. Hang on a second. Let me take to the next page. Let me remove the spacing. I don't know why it is spaced automatically. Okay, now it looks better. Now you can see all the questions. Can clothing tell much about a person?
I I I partially agree with this opinion. Because even though it's true that we can get someone's characteristic by observing someone's fashion style, we cannot exactly tell everything about one person, because there are some people who usually just wear common style clothes such as blue jeans or a t-shirt regardless of their unique characteristic.
Okay, pretty cool. Second question: why do some companies ask their staff to wear uniforms?
There could be several reasons, but as I said, the main reason would be um, make their staff to have some bonded buildings. What I mean is that usually because all the staff wear the same uniform, even though it could be varied from their gender or their status, uh, by wearing the same uniform, they can have the feeling of bonded together.
Okay, advantages of disadvantages of you know uh, using uniform.
Firstly, when it comes to advantages, uh, by wearing uniforms, people usually don't have to worry about what to wear every morning. For example, when I was in middle school and high school, it was totally mandatory to wear school uniform. At least, even though I didn't like it at first, but as time went by, I liked it because by wearing the same uniform like always, I didn't have to waste my precious time every morning. Uh, and and when it comes to these advantages, uh, it would be inconvenient for people to wear the uniform because contrast to other casual clothes, sometimes the uniform can be very inconvenient.
Hmm. And next question is: do you wear traditional clothing in your country?
Frankly speaking, I no longer wear any traditional clothes in my country. It's been like more than 15 years since I wore them. Instead, I prefer wearing a more casual clothes such as blue jeans or a t-shirt.
Okay, and how fashion clothes changed over the decade in your country?
I think for men in my country that there's no difference compared to the past. However, for women's fashion style, I guess uh, there's been many changes over the decades. To be more specific, about 10 years ago, uh, women in my country used to wear some girlish clothes such as miniskirt or high heels. However, nowadays, uh, only few women wear those inconvenient clothes.
Okay, and last question: what's the difference between the clothing of young people and old people?
Mm, uh, from my perspective, I don't see many differences between the the young the young and the old. Um, However, if I have to say about any differences between two of them, I would say that usually the elderly sometimes prefer some traditional clothes. Mm, for example, in my country, especially in countryside, sometimes I can see some people who are wearing some Korean traditional clothes, which is called hanbok, while no only few young people wear those clothes.
Okay, would you like to add anything else?
Um, Fashion is really not my thing, so I had only limited things to say about these topics.
Yeah, that's the reason it's called taste. Okay, Stella, don't worry about that. Now you're really doing well, so you're doing great. So you don't have to worry. All right. Well done. More or less, this part is better than part two this time. Okay, but remember that in IELTS exam, all of the parts have good impact of total score, because task one is very easy, as you might be aware. But in task one, there is one question, I asked in all in my last class, and all of them were confused answering these two questions. Okay, I'm going to write it in a moment after giving you the feedback. So overall, all the answers you have given are really amazing, and but possibly you could add a little bit different flavor when you're describing, especially can clothing tell much about a person? And yes, it does. uh, and always you can bring an interesting sentence like clothing being a part of today's fashion and trend can tell us a great deal about a person's background, social status, aesthetic taste, mood, even personality. Okay, that's why we wear sometimes formal clothing, sometimes casual. But I remember that depending on the environment, we have to choose what kind of clothing we are going to wear. Like if it is a party, you have to wear party dress. If it is like official meeting, you can wear a casual dress. It should be suited, booted, or you can say formal dress. Okay, and sometimes depending on the climate, we have to choose the clothing. Like if you live in a cold country, you must wear jacket or all the warm clothes. If you live in a hot country, you shouldn't wear jacket. In that case, you'll use clothes that are really comfortable for you. All right, and also, you know, we when someone dies in your country, in some countries they wear like black clothings, or they wear different kinds of clothing to show their sympathy to the dead person. All right, so these are some points possibly you can consider in speaking about the first question. And the second question, yeah, you have said more or less well, but remember that if a company asks their staff to wear uniform, that is mostly related to the professional image or branding their company. Okay, and sometimes wearing same types of uniform gives the impression to the customer that we all are equal. It doesn't matter, you are my manager, you are my subordinate, you are my supervisor, you are senior or junior. Nobody will be able to understand when they will see that, oh, they have got similar kinds of dress, uniform. Okay, so this is the two reasons. One is professional image, uniformity, and also kind of branding or marketing of the company. And you'll see very often on the uniform, there is a slogan and there is a company's name. Yeah. And you have given good examples of advantage, disadvantage. But most of the cases, the advantages are if it is a company, it's a part of their marketing and branding. We call it passive marketing. And also, employee, like the way I have said, benefits from wearing uniforms, and they don't have to bring their own clothing every day. And sometimes, in some cases, uniforms provide protection, especially if you work in a hospital. You'll be able to see the doctors have different kinds of uniform, nurses have got different kinds of uniform, pharmacists have got different kinds of uniforms, technicians have got different kinds of uniforms because they work in different environment. Okay, and
Okay.
also it is a professional attributes and attitudes when they wear uniform in their own workplace. And the last question, question 6, Stella, obviously there's a difference between the dressing of young people and old people.
Yeah.
If you think of it, because look, young people will wear something that is fancy, that will be attracting to their partners if they've got a wife or maybe girlfriend or partner. Okay. And also, young people are more aware about the fashion changes, trends. You'll see what is trending. They will like to wear that. And also, when they go to different places, definitely they will change their different kinds of clothings, and also color. Remember that a young person can choose a very bright color, where an old person will not be able to choose that, because old people are more or less like, they would think in a reserved way, because they have passed those you know age already, and they'll think that the person is going to reflect the professionalism. So these are the basic differences. Okay,
Uh-huh.
well then, however, you have nailed down most of the points in better than speaking task 2. Always, as you might be aware, speaking task 3 is a bit challenging, because you never know what's you're going to come in the final exam. But be prepared. That's why I always ask each and every person who are planning to sit for IELTS exam to have a little bit different kinds of vocabulary, lexical source. Okay, and also try to use, you have used it quite a few times in any expressions, phrases, or idioms, and any other kind of grammar, or any other kind of special, I should say, quotation. Sometimes some people use quotation, like there's a famous quotation: "A thing of beauty is joy forever." So if you wear a beautiful dress, people will obviously praise that. Oh, Stella has worn a beautiful dress. Look, and they might come and ask me, "Hey, Stella, where did you buy it?" Do they ask like this, Stella? Sometimes your friends.
Yes.
You see, it is very much likely that we are humans. You feel like something. Hey, where did you buy it? I'd like to buy similar kind of clothing. Okay. Well done. We've got 2 minutes 57 seconds. When we start speaking here, 1 hour goes in the twinkle of an eye. Anyway, any other questions, Stella?
No.
Okay, if you remember, if you would like to get your writing checked, you can send me through my email, which I've shared in my subscriber chart. Possibly it will be better for you if you practice a little bit writing task 1 or task 2. Then I'll check you, and I'll just recommend or suggest or give you the feedback. Some of the students have already done that. They have completed few tasks, task 2 especially, in writing section, and then I gave them feedback. So is it a computer-based test this time?
Yes. Yeah. Computer-based test.
So are you good at typing then? Yeah.
I'm not not bad.
Okay. There are a few tips. Remember, Stella, if you're sitting for the computer base, practice typing every day, because you have to type through the computer. And number 1, spelling checks, spellers, very important. Punctuations. Okay. Capitalizations
Uh-huh.
is, if you know capitalization, at the beginning of each sentence we must use capital letter. We must use capital I, and all the proper nouns. Then grammar, definitely. And obviously part of getting good score is making compound sentences, writing it correctly. And even if you're speaking, try to use them speaking. And also wider ranges of grammar, as you can see, and standard vocabulary. Okay,
Okay.
great. That's pretty cool. By the from the 27th of March, my timing would be changed here, and I have to adjust this class timing. So it could be after half an hour, because that will be otherwise difficult for me to maintain the time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to contact our IT to change my time, because we have been emailed that if you want to change your time, you have to email us. Thank you very much, Stella. I believe that you have enjoyed and practiced a little bit more. Remember, you should practice at home when you've got time.
Yes, I should.
Thank you very much. You take care. I'll see you when I
You
see
too,
you.
teacher.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.